There comes a moment in life when you pray for something so hard. You feel like your whole heart is on your knees. You fasted, you begged, you cried in the dark, whispering to God, "Why won't you give me this?" And heaven stays silent, not because God is ignoring you, but because you're praying for something that was never meant to hold your destiny. What you call rejection, God calls protection. What you call heartbreak, God calls rescue. You prayed for the wrong thing because you were tired, because you were lonely, because you were desperate for something to finally work. And God said no, not to break you, but to save you. People don't settle because they don't have options. They settle because they're exhausted. Exhausted from waiting, exhausted from being ignored, exhausted from feeling behind. And so you reach for the closest thing, the closest person, the closest opportunity, just to feel something again. But you weren't created for almost right. You weren't created for barely enough. You were created for a life that fits your soul. And settling always comes with a cost your heart will pay for later. God saw what you couldn't. God heard conversations you never did. That no wasn't rejection. It was mercy. There was a door you begged God to open, a person you thought was your future, a job you thought was your breakthrough, an opportunity you thought was heaven sent. You told God, "Please, just this one thing." But you didn't see the darkness behind that door. You didn't know how small that room was, how limited, how damaging, how beneath the calling on your life. You asked God for the door. God was trying to build you a whole house, and when He slammed it shut, you felt betrayed. But heaven was whispering, "If only you knew what I'm saving you from." Jesus never said no to ruin someone's life. Every no in Scripture was for redirection or protection or preparation. You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. Those weren't poetic words, they were prophecy. Because sometimes God must remove people who can't go where you're going. Sometimes He must end opportunities that would shrink your purpose. Sometimes He must close doors that lead to dead ends, so your future can breathe. It is mercy, disguised as disappointment, protection, wrapped in pain, grace, hidden in silence. Here is the truth you weren't ready to see. God didn't say no because you were unworthy. He said no because you were meant for more. You prayed for what was comfortable. God was preparing what is eternal. You were asking for something small. God was building something sacred. He doesn't protect your feelings. He protects your destiny. He doesn't save your plans. He saves your soul. And one day, you will look back and whisper through tears, "Thank you for not giving me what I begged you for." Here is the truth you weren't ready to see. God didn't say no because you were unworthy. He said no because you were meant for more. You prayed for what was comfortable. God was preparing what is eternal. You were asking for something small. God was building something sacred. He doesn't protect your feelings. He protects your destiny. He doesn't save your plans. He saves your soul. And one day, you will look back and whisper through tears, "Thank you for not giving me what I begged you for."